When most people think about making an upside-down cake, they worry about whether it's going to stick when they flip it. With this recipe, we use a non-stick pan that makes the flip a snap. We're going to make an apple upside-down cake, but instead of cooking it in a cake pan, we're actually going to bake it right in a fry pan. It sounds intimidating to make an apple upside-down cake or any kind of upside-down cake, pineapple, and you really don't have to have all these fancy equipment. You don't need a stand mixer or one of those spring-form cake pans or a lot of grease, because with these non-stick surfaces, it's going to come right out. So this butter is nice and soft. It's been sitting out. I'm going to whip up a basic cake batter. I'm going to add an egg, which has also been sitting at room temperature for a little while, just so it blends a little easier. This is a very basic, almost like a pound cake or yellow cake that's going to go on top of the nice apples. And that's nice and beaten. We're going to slowly add a bit of 3/4 cup of flour and alternate that as you mix in 1/2 cup of milk. And about this point, lose the fork, move on to a wooden spoon and add in two teaspoons of baking powder and just maybe a quarter teaspoon of salt, and get rid of any lumps. Okay, we're all set with that. Here are the apples that we got at the farmer's market. These are the Baldwin apples. They've already been peeled and sliced, got rid of the cores, and now they're in just really maybe 1/4-inch wedges. You can cut them as big or as small as you want. I just like to have a little bit more thickness so that when they cook, they will still have a bite of apple at the top. I'm gonna coat them in sugar and some cinnamon first before they go into a pan, just to get it all evenly distributed. So that's pretty simple. You don't have to fuss with it too much. Here's our nice fry pan. I'm going to turn it to a medium-high flame and get some butter down. This one doesn't have to be softened because we're just going to cook it right in the pan. Wait till it gets all melty. It might seem like a lot of butter, but when the final cake comes out, it's going to taste so good because all those apples that we're going to place right on the pan will have cooked with the butter, and it'll create this rich caramel sauce, and it'll be sticky and sweet and gooey. Great stuff. I'm going to just start arranging the apples as the butter melts. I like to make a little fan formation, and that butter is starting to sizzle. I like to give it a little bit of time on the pan first. These apples are really nice and tart, and when they cook directly with the pan with some butter, they're going to soften a little bit more, which is the way I want to have them in the final outcome. So I like to give the apples a little bit of time on the pan first before I transfer it to the oven. And I do want them to cook a little bit before they soften even more in the oven. So here we just directly pour in the batter all at once. Try not to get it all in one spot. We're also going to give it some help with our spatula to even it around. And right about now we can turn off the heat. You definitely don't need any sauce on top because the sauce is going to be really built into the whole cake. I'm just going to transfer this whole thing into the oven. This is an oven-safe pan up to 500 degrees, which is a lot more than we actually need it to be. This oven is right now at 375 degrees. It's going to cook there until the batter is completely cooked through. It'll rise a little bit and get puffy, and as soon as it's done, you'll really smell it. I think that'll be about 25 minutes, so I'll check on it in a bit. So it's been about 25 minutes. I'm going to check on the cake. I can smell it from here. It smells wonderful. All right. Okay. It's looking good. I think that has a golden brown crust, which is soon going to be the bottom of the cake. Right now it's the top. And I can tell that this is going to flip right out. It's already loose in the pan right now. So to plate it, I'm going to put an upside down plate and plop it down. There we go. It's beautiful. Those apples really created a built-in sauce, which is caramelly, sticky, and appley at once. I can't wait to dig in.